Get the latest Zacks research, analysis, and rankings on exchange-traded funds in Exploring ETFs. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world of currency ETFs with our ETF strategist, Eric Dutram, right now from Zacks.com. So usually when markets are pushing higher, the dollar is weak. Not so this time, though.
Exactly. It's been a kind of a big change here. Usually the dollar and U.S. equities have an inverse relationship, but that hasn't been the case so far in 2013. If we look at the U.S. dollar ETF, UUP from PowerShares, is actually up 3.2% this year, and the markets are obviously surging. So this is kind of a weird situation in the relationship between currency ETFs and stock market ETFs. And we've also seen some short-term bullishness in the dollar ETF. Some of the short-term trends have broken out above their longer-term 200-day moving averages. So it kind of suggests that the bullishness is here to stay in the dollar ETF. We've kind of been seeing the same thing with the equity space as well. So, you know, this trend could continue for a little while longer.
Tell us a little more about the dollar ETF.
Sure. Well, it has 6 currencies in its basket. You got the Canadian dollar, the Japanese yen, and 4 European currencies, the euro, the pound, the Swedish kroner, and the Swiss franc. But the bulk of the exposure goes to the yen, the pound, and the euro. These account for 80% of the fund's exposure. So you're really focused in on these 3 when you're looking at the longer and medium term return picture.
And most recent performance shows what?
Well, if we look at this chart I have up here, it compares UUP to the yen, the pound, and the euro. And we've seen a better performance out of the euro, but the yen and the pound are actually slumping pretty badly. The yen's down almost 14% over the past 3 months. We've seen almost a double-digit loss in the pound as well. So it's been pretty bad performance for those 2 currencies. And that's really what's helping the dollar kind of surge up here to start 2013. It's not so much dollar strength as it is foreign currency weakness.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting point. Is this trend sustainable for any period of time?
I think so. The euro doesn't really look like it has a whole lot of opportunity to surge based on what's happening in Italy and some of the other situations that are brewing over there. We've seen the euro kind of fall back to flat on a year-to-date look just since February 1st. And then in Japan, they're really trying to slow down the yen and actually push it lower. So it's kind of the government policy right now. So we don't really think that, you know, the yen has much of a chance to appreciate. And then if you look to Britain, they're actually facing a triple dip recession. Didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
But they're not doing too well either. So, you know, it's not really looking good for any of these 3 currencies. And since, as I stated before, they make up about 80% of the portfolio, you know, it's not really good news, and the UUP ETF could have further to go as we approach the second quarter.
Do you own this one?
I do not.
All right. Check out other information on ETFs, little education on ETFs too. That's all contained on the ETF homepage of Zacks.com. And if you're not at Zacks.com already watching this video, all you need to do is get over there, scroll down the homepage of our website until you get to the ETF module, and any one of those story links can take you right to the ETF section of the website. With Eric, I'm Terry Ruffalo.